Hello everyone, today we're going to be going through a squat tutorial and I'm going to show you how to do it so that it feels right for you. Based off of your anatomy, the squat can feel different, worse, depends on who teaches it to you. So we're going to cover a few basic things to make sure that it feels right for your anatomy. The first thing that we're going to cover is the bar position when you unrack it. A mistake that people make, and you can kind of show them when they do this, is that they set the J hooks, that's what these are called, they set them up too high up here. So what they end up doing is they end up like tiptoeing out of it, and then this creates instability. So you don't want to do that. So in Samantha's case, you're like 5'6"?
Yeah, yep. 5'6".
Usually you want to set the bar like right across your chest. So that's always a good height. She's going to be doing high bar, so the bar rests on her back right here. So that's why people wear the pussy pad, because they put it on their neck, and it's not supposed to go on your neck, it's supposed to go on your trap. You have big traps, so you can really tell, but you want to place the bar right here. So go ahead and just show them like how you place the bar. It's usually right on top, like where the padding of your back is. Now the other thing that's important is your grip in the bar does make a difference. So people go wider if they have go really wide when they don't have good shoulder mobility or external rotation. Like you can't bring your arms back like this without it pinching. That means that you lack shoulder mobility. So, oh yeah, you have really good shoulder mobility. So when that happens, people have to go wide. And you've seen people do like the plates, right? Yeah, that's really bad shoulder mobility. But if you have good shoulder mobility, then you want to come in closer. Do a wide grip. When you have a wide grip like this, yep, you can unrack it and the bar can sway. It can sway back and forth, side to side like this, and you don't really have good control. But when you have a closer grip, so that would be like thumb away from smooth, you can grip the bar better and control it and stop me from moving it. Yeah, more control of the bar when you can create a tightness in your upper back. So if it's, if you have a wide grip, the bar's gonna sway. If you have a closer grip, you can have more control and more tightness in your upper back. Now, let's get into the unracking, because this is something a lot of people mess up. When you unrack, do it like do a sloppy unrack, like just rush it. This is what a lot of people do. Yeah, and they just do that, and they're unstable, they almost trip, yeah, exactly, and they just collapse all the way down. You don't want to do that, all right? And even if you did a sloppy unrack, you still did like a clean unrack, but do a staggered stance unrack. That's a lot of people do. So a lot of people will stagger like this. You're putting load into your upper back, they just kind of wobble out, and then they get into the position, and then they just collapse all the way down, and then, yeah, no brace, no nothing, and then they wonder why their squats are failing. So go ahead and put that back. So when you're doing a squat, especially as you're getting stronger, you want to create more stability before you even begin the squat, the movement itself. So thumb away from smooth, from the knurling, place it on your upper back, and you want to place both feet under directly under the bar, like this, almost at your squat stance already, but not quite. You don't have to go too wide but too narrow, just shoulder width apart. And then from there, Sam's gonna keep her chin up, take a deep breath into her core, brace, and then take it out, and then walk it out. And then she might let go of her breath here, but she still has her core engaged. Now from here, she's gonna take another breath and then go into her squat. Your squat stance doesn't really matter. Which one's the one, obviously this is the one that works for you, but you had to play around with it a little bit, right?
It took a long time because I thought I had to be wide before I switched to squat shoes. To get into depth, I had to go really wide. Mm-hmm. But now that I've switched, it actually feels better, narrower. I'm a lot more powerful.
Now, Sam has something that plagues a lot of people as well. Sam has longer legs. So because she has longer legs, I tell her to let her knees travel forward more. So go ahead and just do your squat. So her knees really are coming forward. Some people would say, hey, that's bad form, that's bad for your knees. They don't know what they're talking about. For Sam, this is the way that she can squat good and get to depth without it hurting your back. You can go ahead and rack that. Okay.
So for some people, you get more vertical shin. So when David comes down, that's gonna load more into his quad or his hamstrings and his glutes. So it puts him a little bit more upright like that. And then with a little bit more knee flexion, it's gonna load a little bit more into your quads, giving you more power there. So neither is necessarily bad, it's just kind of what works for your anatomy.
Now, ankle mobility, you can see it when she does a split squat. The ankle mobility is what allows your knee to travel forward more without your heel raising up. But in her case, she's wearing squat shoes to help her ankle mobility. But if it's limited, then your knee can't travel as much. And that's usually why a lot of people feel like they don't get it. And it's not that you don't get it, it's that you don't have the ankle mobility, so that when you get low, your ankle mobility kicks you back and it makes the movement feel awkward.
Or your heels
so you need to work on your ankle mobility, or you can get squat shoes like she has, or you can place plates under your heels and it'll do the same thing. Okay, now I'm gonna show you what the squat should look like from the front, because a lot of people, when they squat, they let their knees cave in. So go ahead and show them. And this could be a bunch of reasons why your knees are caving in. It's usually a lack of control, a lack of your bracing, or a lack of strength in your glutes. But yeah, they let their knees kind of collapse in. So when you think of descending on the squat, you're not just letting your knees travel forward, you're kind of thinking of opening up your hips to come down. So exactly. So go ahead and show them. Open up your hips, let your knees travel forward. Very good. Do that again. Yep. You want to make it so that your knee is going in line with your toe and not like caved in. Do it caved in again. So when she caves in, go ahead. Her knee is pointing in that direction and her toe is pointing that direction. So what she wants, you can come up, is her knee to go in the same line as her toe. Yeah, and you could descend. There you go. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Yeah.
That feels so unnatural.
Yeah. Now, the reason why most people fail in this squat is because they tend to lack how to breathe and brace properly. They either don't know how to do it completely, or they just don't do it right, even if they know it. Now, this is not a breathing and bracing video. We're not going to cover the mechanics of how to breathe and brace, because you might be familiar with it already, or maybe you don't. There's a separate video for that. But here we're going to cover when you want to apply the breathing and bracing to the squat. So when it comes to the squat, like I said, you're going to get heavier weight on the bar because you're getting stronger. So I would highly recommend you take your first breath when you unrack the bar. So she's going to set herself in position. She's going to take a big breath into her belt. Yep, take it out, walk it back. Now this whole time she's engaged and she hasn't let go of her breath yet, but here she's gonna let a little bit out while still keeping her core engaged, and then she's finally going to take another breath, hold it, and then she's gonna go down. Yep, and you come up. Now the mistake that a lot of people make is that they breathe as they're going down like this. Do it. You did it right, so that means you did it wrong. So come up.
Okay.
So a lot of people breathe as they're going down. So breathe as you're going down, like already, yeah. Squat as you, yeah, you're doing it exactly. There you go. So they're breathing in as they're descending. That's wrong because you want pressure in your abdomen already to stabilize the weight. You don't want that as the weight is falling down. So you want to breathe first and then go down, versus breathing in as you're going down. Like exactly, like that is wrong. So I was gonna say like that, but that's wrong. You don't wanna do that. You want to breathe and brace and then go down. And you don't let go until you're up here. So you're using that pressure in your abdomen to squat. Yeah, you can put that away. Very good. Okay, now this is something a lot of women tend to do because they hear it from influencers and things like that. But they tend to do this with the squat. So go ahead and start squatting. When they go down, and they come up, they tend to hyperextend like this. Now, this doesn't do anything extra to your squat, and you don't have to hip thrust the weight forward. The squat completes when your knees lock and your hips travel forward. But you're gonna do that automatically anyway, as long as you just keep it simple and just stand up. Stand up all the way with your knees locked, Just stand up straight and you should be good. You're not getting any added activation from hip thrusting into the bar because there's no, the resistance doesn't go in the direction that you would get any benefit from it anyway. In fact, you're going to be loading your glutes the most when you're all the way at the bottom, ATG, you're loading your glutes and then you squat it up. That's what's gonna give you the maximum result in strength and hypertrophy, not squeezing your butt at the top because there's no resistance there. You're just squeezing into air essentially. So that should cover all the basics of the squat. That's the fundamentals, the basic cues. Remember to breathe and brace. Remember to squat for your anatomy. If you're longer legs, you want to let your knee travel forward more. If you have shorter legs, you might do a vertical shin or maybe even let your knees travel forward. It's not wrong, it's not bad for your knees. It actually ends up building your knees and your quads over time. And remember to, I already said that, breathe and brace.